I'm Dr. Benjamin Visger, and these are my 7 rules of exercise, aka my 7 Visger rules for Visgercise. Let's get into them. My first rule is feel the target, feel the progress. That means when I'm stretching or exercising, I want to know that I'm feeling it in a part of my body that needs it. So whether I'm strengthening a weak area, stretching a tight area, I want to feel it directly working that spot. That's how I know here and wherever else it is, that I'm doing the right exercise. If I don't feel it working an important area, I might not be doing it correctly, or I might not be doing the correct exercise. So at that point, rule number 1, I would stop, back up, and reassess. Rule number 2, reap the reward. Didn't I just say something about that, like feel the progress? Reap the reward means I want to actually enjoy the benefits I just gained. If I do a stretch or an exercise and I then go right back to my life the way I always was, and I don't even notice that I'm better from it, I will lose the internal reward that's going to motivate me to do that exercise again tomorrow. So if I'm stretching my back or stretching my legs and I have more flexibility, even after the stretch is done, I want to enjoy that a little bit. Just walk through the house and do a few more stretches, or maybe go and then finish that project I was waiting to do that I couldn't do because my back was too tight. That's a great opportunity to then capture the moment in my mind and think, this was worth it. I'm doing this one again. Rule number 3, right timing, right results. That means different exercises require different timing, like how long I might hold a position, how many times I might do it in a row, how often throughout the day or week I may perform it. So that's really important, and I can give generalizations to my patients, but of course, in reality, I learn to customize all these to fit my body, whatever feels the best with it. Here's a good starting point. I will do 5 to 10 seconds per exercise, and I'll do it 5 to 10 times in a row, then move on to another exercise. That means that it gives me enough time to stretch into something or to lift something and feel like I'm engaged with the exercise without actually really fatiguing the area too much or risking much pain. From there, I may find that some exercises feel better to do for them for 20 or 30 seconds. I have a few rare exercises that I'll do for many minutes at a time, for long periods at a time. But that's something I warm up into only after spending a lot of time with the shorter, safer repetitions. In terms of a set, I will usually do 5 to 10 in a row of an exercise and then move on to the next one, but sometimes it might only be 3 or 4 if it's that tight or that problematic. For the tougher the area, the fewer times I'll usually do it at first before giving a break and moving on. Once it's loosened, I can go farther and farther with it and then reap bigger rewards. As far as minutes per day or how many times per day, it's helpful for many of my exercises to be done throughout the day to interrupt certain strain patterns or break up tension. That's not strictly required though. I negotiate and bargain with many of my patients to please just do them at all. Like if you get to the end of the day and I haven't done my exercises, I can at least just do them all together at night. Even if I've forgotten them all day long, it's better to do that than it is to just not do them all. So my perfect balance is I do lying down exercises in the morning and at night, and then throughout the day I do standing exercises. That works for me. Or maybe if I have a desk job, I might do seated exercise at that time. But the lying down exercises make a perfect end cap to my day, and the sitting or standing ones are a perfect way to follow me through whatever I'm doing. Rule number 4, pay off the day's debt. I do not go to bed without paying off what I've done to my body. If I lifted, twisted, did chores, I was on my feet a lot, whatever that might have been, I need to pay my body back for what I asked it to do. And that means giving it what it wants, stretching therapeutically to relieve any of those things I put into it. That way I go to bed with a fresh slate and I wake up feeling fresh. If I go to bed thinking that I'm fine, I'm tough, whatever, I can deal with it, I'm going to toss and turn at night. I'm not going to sleep as well. I'm going to wake up stiffer, and it may not hurt a lot that first day. But if I have a habit of doing that, I suddenly find myself in chronic pain and dysfunction with poor sleep, and then it affects my mood, affects my work, affects my family. Wait a second. There's a simple principle here that can stop all that. Pay off the day's debt. Rule number 5, focus daily, round weekly. Any guess what that means? It means every day I focus on the exercises that matter the most to me, that give me the most reward, that most directly target my goals. Such as if my neck hurts or I have headaches, I want to be doing head and neck stretches, shoulder and upper body stretches and exercises every day until that problem's solved. Certainly that's my focus, or it might be back issues. Focus daily to make sure I'm being rewarded for what I'm doing and I'm getting improvement in the areas that are impacting my life the most. Makes sense. What most of my patients fail to notice is the importance of rounding weekly, meaning that just because the exercise doesn't feel like it's as important anymore, it doesn't mean it's not important at all. I should also do a well-rounded routine throughout the week, making sure I'm hitting every major joint and muscle group. That way I don't miss anything and I can catch early signs of problems. For example, if I had cured my back pain, but I haven't done any leg stretches in a while, I might not notice that my legs are getting tight. And I might not realize that that tension is actually creeping up into my back. So I could start having back pain again. I could be doing my back stretches every day, focusing on that. But if I never zoom out to get the big picture, I might not realize my hamstrings are so bad. And fixing those will actually yield more results to what I think my main goal is. Rule number 6, never push through pain. I tell my patients this every day. And most people are really good at it, but never push through pain. The problem is then they internally debate, well, define pain. So to me, pain is a sharp symptom that we get in direct response to emotion or position. So if I go to touch my toes and I feel something suddenly stab me in the back, that's a pain to me. That's a stop signal, all right? Now, if I do get a brief, mild pain, and then I keep going through it and it gets easier and then goes away, and that's okay. In almost all cases, that's a good sign I worked through a problem. So I don't actually stop at the first sign of anything like that, but I'm very, very cautious. If I feel like a pinch or a twinge or even like a cramp starting, I back up, reapproach. If I go through it again more slowly and it still happens, I'm out. I don't need 3 strikes to learn about that one. I'm out. So I will then go to different exercises or try to approach it in a different direction. And usually I can kind of flank it and then get through whatever that problem was and maybe return to that first exercise later. It's okay to push through what I call discomfort. Discomfort to me is a dull symptom like soreness, aching, stiffness, or tightness. That is almost always fine to push through with a few caveats. First, it shouldn't be getting worse as I go. Like everything else, it should be getting better as I go. So if I'm sore, achy, stiff, or tight, and I'm exercising, I should feel that melt away as I'm working it. A little bit, for people who have significant degeneration, old injuries, surgeries, substantial chronic pain, it can be common the first few days, even the first few weeks of starting an exercise program or a new exercise specifically, to still be working through discomfort, especially if it's instability around a joint, certain dysfunctions that may allow some kind of rubbing and grinding. Some of that's going to be normal. And I just have to use my judgment to know whether I'm still gaining more ground than I'm losing. But overall, soreness, dullness, stiffness, tightness is okay. Just take my time with it, let it melt away. Certainly, if I am like a little sore by the end of it, it probably means I've done a good job exercising. Like just like going to the gym, if I lift some weights, if I don't feel sore at all, I probably didn't build any muscle. I do want to feel a little bit of that as I go in a tough area. However, if that night or next morning I can't get into or out of bed, I've overdone it. That was pushing through pain. That was too much. Rule number 7, do not stop when the pain stops. Now, that sounds contradictory to rule number 6. Doctor, what do you mean by that? I mean, no, don't push through the pain. But I mean, when I get the relief I'm looking for, the job's not done. That's what I mean. Imagine here's a threshold, a certain line where if I have more tension or inflammation than that I'm in pain, that I am suffering symptoms, and if I just stretch just enough to get below that, and I stop, man, I'm only a day, a week, a month from that pain coming back. That's not good enough. I want to build some credit. I want to knock that level down. I want to get more and more layers out until I'm so far from pain coming back that I feel like I'm 18 again. I'm 38. I still feel like I'm 18 even right now, just so you know. I shaved last week for the first time. Come on. With this idea of don't stop when the pain stops, that means I'm continuing with the good habits. The exercises that get me out of pain are the same exercises that will keep me out of pain. Think about this. The diet that lets you lose the weight is, fill in the blank, this is parallelism, the diet that will keep the weight off, okay? If you understand that, you understand this rule number 7. By following all these rules, I can maintain a really healthy body, and they're all worth doing. They're all worth following because what's more important than my body? What's more important than being strong, healthy, being resistant to injury, resistant to disease, being able to help my family, be able to do a good job with my work? Okay, can you name anything that's better than what I just said? And all of those are fundamental to having a healthy, strong, resistant, and resilient body. I'm Dr. Benjamin Visger, and I'm determined to feel 18 again. Why not? You should too. No matter what Bob and Alice say about it, I think we can get there again with these rules in mind, minus a gray hair. No way. Nope, that's not gray, is it? Can you see that? These exercise rules do not apply to gray hairs, and I'm pretty sure that's just the sun coming through. That's just the sun coming through, right? Right?